Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Nick from ForexNoobs.com with the daily analysis. Today is Wednesday, the 16th of December 2020. Time is 10 a.m. here in the UK. You're looking at a USDCAD daily chart. In today's analysis, we're going to be looking for price action setups. Well, not really. That's not true. There's not really any setups that I'm planning on entering. Actually, we will take a look at some lower time frames if we can nab just one more trade before trading ends for the year. But I don't think so. I think that we're going to go through the charts today and not find much. But hey, I could be wrong. So let's go for it. Now today is essentially my second last trading day of the year. I'm not going to be opening any trades on Thursday. Unless it's maybe a 1 hour chart trade or something that I believe will be closed out by Friday, because I'm going to stop all trading on the 18th. And generally speaking, I trade larger time frames. So opening a trade on the 17th means it probably won't be closed by the 18th. So it doesn't really make sense to open a trade after today. Honestly, it doesn't really make that much sense to open a trade today on the daily chart. So, oops, double support resistance areas there. Yeah, nothing much happening on USDCAD. Nothing much on AUDJPY. I mean, AUDJPY has pulled back to support, but I want it to move a bit further away before trading a continuation, personally. USDJPY is broken out of the range we were looking at. It's pushed quite low. Could be a potential long here on USDJPY on some of the lower time frames, perhaps on the 12 hour, perhaps on the 8 hour. So I would keep an eye on this support area for USDJPY. Keep in mind that at this time of year, the charts can get really unpredictable. You can get unpredictable swings as the banks, hedge funds, big boy traders essentially start closing out their positions. They start winding down their positions for the year. Some of their long-term positions. And when that happens, you can get some pretty erratic movements. Euro USD stalling out on resistance, potential for a short there. Morning, everyone. Awesome. Welcome back, Sonia. And thanks. I do hope to have a good holiday. We're getting a puppy in a few days. He's arriving on Monday. So it'll be an interesting holiday. We'll take a look at... Right, I'm not seeing much on the dailies, so let's do another quick scan for some ranges, like here on CAD-CHF. There's definitely a bit of a range here, but it's a messy one. But it is at the bottom of the range. I don't know about trading this pair on the 4 hour, but There is a potential setup here if you want to take it. Oops. I moved the wrong one. Potential long here. I would wait for the 4-hour chart candle to close, but there's definitely potential for a long here in this range. But yeah, it's a bit of a risky one. Even on the 1-hour chart, it's the same kind of thing. Prices in a range, prices at the bottom of the range, showing pretty strong indecision. Well, no, I'm exaggerating. It's not strong indecision, but it's showing signs of indecision. And generally at the bottom of a range, that's pretty good. Yeah. When you see stuff like this, where these candles line up like that, it's a decent sign that there might be, not when there's big wicks like that though, this could throw it off, but it's a decent sign that there could be a range on the lower time frames, like say the 1-hour, or maybe the 4-hour. No, not in this case. I'll go back to the daily. And EURJPY, the one Laurentio pointed out, you see moves like that on the daily. If you drop down to like the 4-hour, 1-hour, also can show signs of a range, which in this case it does. Yeah, you could definitely wait for price to push to the top of that range. The reason I'm focusing on ranges right now is because realistically, they're the only kinds of setups that we're going to be able to take. Or at least, I know some of you are going to totally ignore my advice and trade straight through to next week. So maybe you can take some daily chart trades, but I think most of you aren't going to be trading next week. Just because it's Christmas. I mean, everyone has other stuff to do. But also, it's incredibly dangerous to trade during that period, so. So the only real chance we have at taking more trades is going down to like the 6-hour, 4-hour, 1-hour. Something like that. See, on the 1-hour, if you really look, it's quite common that you find some decent setups. So here we have a pretty good range. Now, the top of this range has acted as resistance recently, but it also broke. So the top of this range is quite risky. When you're dealing with ranges, essentially the safest place to take a trade would be when the range converges with a major support resistance area like it does here. When the range is just kind of, when the upper boundary or the lower boundary, when one of the boundaries of the range is in the middle of nowhere, so in between major support resistance areas, that boundary is always going to be a little bit weaker, like you see here. That's why it's spiked up through there. So on the 1-hour New Zealand CAD, there is a potential short forming right now. At the close of this 1-hour candle, you could start looking to enter a short setup, but it is going to be pretty risky because you see that the top of this range isn't as strong as we would like it to be. But hey, the potential is there. Yeah, and that's it, guys. That's all I see for today. And today's webinar, like I said, is going to be the last webinar of the year. Oh, I haven't heard about the flooding. Where in the East Coast? Is it up north where you are, or all over? I haven't spoken to my mom in like a week or so. No, doesn't look like Sydney has anything. Ah, right. I hope it goes well, man. I hope you get to see the grandkids, because you probably haven't seen them much this year. I imagine because of COVID. I guess it depends how lockdown was in your part of Australia. But a lot of people in England haven't been able to see family for a long time. Thankfully, we have this vaccine now, which is hopefully going to solve a lot of those issues. I hope you get to see them, man. Isn't there bushfires going on right now too? Wow, the flooding looks horrible. Are you affected by the flooding? Or is it just in between you and your family that's affected? Because you're in Brisbane, right? By the way, guys, sorry, we're not talking charts anymore, but there's nothing really left to talk about. So if you're bored, feel free to leave. The Forex stuff is done. These are all the setups you should look at, but yeah, that's it for the year, guys. It's been a crazy year. I've never done this many webinars. I've never done this many webinars in a year. Normally, I'll take like 2-week breaks throughout the year. You know, when I travel to Belgium to see the in-laws. If I go to Italy to see my family in that year, I'll take 4 weeks off for that usually, or 3 weeks. Or any other holiday I do. I'm usually taking a bunch of weeks off throughout the year, but this year has just been I think I took 1 week off this year from webinars. Otherwise, it's just been straight through. And I never normally go this late into December with webinars, but hey, this year has been a bit crazy. It's been a great year for trading. Very exciting around March. But overall, it's been a good year for trading. And yeah, I'll see you guys. If you're going to leave now, I'll see you guys when I come. Well, no, I'll see you guys before then. I'll be doing webinars. Educational webinars, not analysis webinars, for members only. Throughout the break period. So I won't be just like completely gone. Fair enough. Good name. Yeah, these floods look really bad. I was going to go to Australia this year. I've been starting to miss Australia a lot. I was going to go to Sydney first because my mum is in Sydney. Then I was going to check out Melbourne for a while. Probably going to make it a whole month thing. Check out Melbourne, then go up to Queensland. Go to Brisbane because I've never actually been to Brisbane. Then go to the rainforest up north. Maybe do like the whole east coast and north and south of Australia. Not the west coast though, because I don't think I could fit that in. But maybe. Viet's out on the west coast. But unfortunately, COVID came, so that didn't happen. Probably next year. We'll see how it goes. The plan is to go sometime towards the end of the year, because my partner, she cannot handle heat well, so we're going just before summer, so like sometime before summer where it starts to heat up, so it's not going to be cold, but where it's not like those horrible 40-45 degree days. So hopefully next September. So yeah, international not before July, but that shouldn't be a problem for us. Oh yeah, there's gonna be loads of pictures. There's also gonna be loads of pictures on the forum of my new puppy. We're getting a Rottweiler. We're going to pick him up on Monday. He's going to be 8 weeks old. Seen him a few times, is adorable. I'll be posting pictures of him on the forum. I think I'll create a dog section of the forum where everyone can post pictures of their dogs. Yeah, the dog's name is Chopper. It's an Australian thing. Bit of a... I think you have to be Aussie to get it. Or have seen the film Chopper, which is an Australian film. CHOPPER. He's named after a famous Australian intellectual, but not really. So he's a very not nice person, Chopper, or wasn't a nice person. I didn't pick the name because I actually like Chopper Reed as a person. Just Rottweilers are big rough dogs, and that guy was a big rough person, and I just think the name is fitting, even though I'm not going to raise him to be a tough or aggressive Rottweiler, obviously. I want him to be a friendly dog. I just think it's a suitable name for a Rottweiler because yeah. But yeah, I'll post pictures of him. There's actually pictures of him. Oh yeah, how's your greyhound doing, man? That's a great name for a greyhound. How old is she now? Has it been like a nightmare to train her? That's a perfect name for a rabbit. If I ever had a rabbit, that's what I would call it. I saw a video of a rabbit today doing tricks. Were the first few days hell, Matt? Like you couldn't sleep and all that? Mm. Wow. It stands on its food bowl. That's crazy. It blows my mind that rabbits can learn to do tricks. I always thought they were dumb. Not dumb, just like normal animals, right? Like, Sonia, I did want a rescue dog, but since it's our first dog, I didn't want. I wanted to kind of start with a clean slate. That way we could learn how to properly train a dog. Going for a rescue that has had a rough life already, that would be aggressive potentially, or just have behavioral problems that we need to train out of them, would be really tough on brand new dog owners. The next dog we get is probably going to be a rescue. Because I also hate the idea of how many, especially around this time of year, people get dogs for Christmas and then just like get rid of them. And I know, yeah, I'm getting a dog a few days before Christmas, but we've been planning on getting a dog for ages. It just so happened that the breeder had them ready at this time, but we weren't really planning on getting it just before Christmas. In fact, it's a very big inconvenience getting a dog just before Christmas, but the dog was ready, so we kind of had to do it. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a busy Christmas. We're pre-cooking a lot of Christmas dinner and snacks, so I'm gonna be prepared. I'm actually pre-cooking a lot and freezing over the next few days before the puppy arrives. I'm gonna make mini pizzas because I'm good at making pizzas because I'm Italian, or at least my heritage is Italian. So it's just in the blood, isn't it? Like mini pizzas and just freeze them all and stick them in the oven. Boom. Then obviously the roast is going to be cooked on the day. Yeah, I can cook pasta. I can cook everything. I love cooking. I'm in the kitchen every day. But not for, we're not doing pasta for, because most of my friends are British, so they don't really appreciate pasta. Well, it's not they don't appreciate pasta. Everyone loves pasta. It's not a Christmas thing in Britain. It's not like, oh, we'll have pasta for Christmas. It's like, oh, we need a big hunk of meat for Christmas. roasted in an oven. Yeah, George loves the pasta I make, the bolognese. Gonna make a batch probably after Christmas, George. And I'm sure you'll be over to meet the puppy anyway, so. Seriously? KFC? I hadn't had KFC in like 15 years, and then I had it the other day. Well, the other day, like a month ago, for the first time in 15 years. Because I don't really eat KFC or McDonald's. I don't eat fast food generally. And I was actually impressed. KFC was delicious. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I need to go. I had something come up unexpectedly today that I need to deal with. It kind of sucks because I'm going to be at it all day. Really sucks. So yeah, I'm going to head off. Thank you guys very much for attending. Yeah, so this isn't goodbye for the end of the year. We're going to be doing one more webinar probably before the end of the year. I hope so. I mean, I don't want to commit to that though, because let's see how this puppy thing goes. I might have like 2 weeks of sleepless nights after this thing gets here. I don't think so, but you know, we'll see how it goes. But I'm planning on probably doing a webinar before the end of the year. And then at the start of the new year, we'll be doing a 2 or 3 part webinar series called State of the Strategy, which will be probably the first week of Jan. The first full week of Jan, so the 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that, or the 7th, 8th, 9th, roughly around there. So it's not goodbye for the year, but it is goodbye to analysis webinars for the year. Thank you guys very much for attending, and I'll see you whenever the next webinar is, which we'll be letting you know when that is. Happy holidays. Enjoy the break, guys, and I'll see you guys later.